Hey everyone, so this is my review of the pilot episode of Manifest. And essentially what this whole show is about is that this plane mysteriously disappears only to reappear 5 years later, and yet no one on the plane has aged like a day. And this was such a really great first episode that did do a good job of setting some of the stuff up and sort of introducing some of the players. And I was really worried at first with this show, and I have yet to sort of calm down my worries because I feel like this show is going to focus so heavily on certain people and stuff like that and just focus on their lives and sort of over time forget about the mysteries and stuff. So I'm worried of the show overall and that I maybe only will watch it for a season. But then if it does get picked up for a second season, I'm going to be hesitant if I'm going to watch it because I'm just mostly here to watch the show for the mystery and not so much for the people. And I feel like the show is going to slowly start to drift off and just focus more on the people and sort of forget the mystery. So, like I said there, where it's just, I don't 100% know how I feel about the show yet, but this first episode was really good. Where it did sort of continue on with the era of mystery and continued on mostly just focusing on certain members of this plane getting back to their normal lives and dealing with everything that turned out from that 5-year gap that they're missing. And the main sort of family that we're introduced to for this first episode, the whole like Stone family and them, was interesting to see, with the cop sister who's done some bad stuff that we don't really know much about yet, and her sort of adjusting to her more wild life compared to her brother and his little family that's a nice married down family and stuff like that. And I was waiting for the one sort of punchline with Ben and his family, where probably it was set up at the beginning that like the Ben and his wife were like all in love and stuff, but I had a feeling that in the 5 years she probably found someone else, and by the end of this episode that was confirmed. So I'm very interested to see what's all going to turn out there, where if she's going to stay with Ben or if she's finally going to let him go and be with this other person. Then everything with Cal and the one doctor who was also on the plane being the person to save him was an interesting sort of story, and I kind of hope that in the future episodes they'll focus less on the Stone family and more on people like this doctor lady or some of the other members of the plane and stuff like that. And I'm really interested to see more of what's going on in her life and more interested in what's going on with other members of the plane's life. And then the whole weird connecting thing with all the members of the plane and how they have like these psychic sort of voices going on in their heads that are giving them heads up. It almost seems like of future events and stuff. Was interesting, with like the big one in this being a set of missing girls and the Stone family's voices sort of guiding them to end up finding where these missing girls are located. And then the ending of this episode was really great, with a lot of the people on board the plane finally sort of emerging back at the airport where they landed and getting there just in time to watch the plane explode. So now these investigators looking into this mystery of the plane really only have the people left to investigate because the plane's completely destroyed. So overall this was a really great first episode, and I can't wait to see more of what's going to happen with the mystery unfolding. But like I said, this is a show that I'm still very wary on whether or not I'm willing to continue watching it. It all depends on what the next few episodes turn out to be like. But still, this was a very good first episode. So yeah, that was my little brief summary and review of the first episode of Manifest. So yeah, bye!